J.K. Rowling has finally broken her silence after Emma Watson's reflective comments stirred debate about the state of their complicated relationship. And what started as an intimate conversation has now snowballed into one of the most discussed exchanges between two of the most recognizable names tied to the Harry Potter legacy, drawing attention not only because of their personal bond, but also because of the larger social issues attached to it, showing just how tricky it can be when friendship, fame, and differing beliefs collide in front of the world's eyes. And Watson's remarks came during a candid podcast chat on September 24th, where she opened up about how she sees the tone of conversations today, emphasizing the importance of dignity and respect in all discussions, saying that she doesn't believe in throwing people away or labeling them as disposable, adding that for her, no matter how sharp disagreements become, every person still deserves to be treated with humanity, which struck a chord with many who praised her for focusing on compassion rather than confrontation. But by September 29th, Rowling, who is now 60, made it clear she had noticed the storm of comments surrounding Watson's words and decided to address it herself in a detailed online post, making sure people knew she wasn't ignoring the discussion but wanted to clarify where she stood. And in her response, Rowling stated she never expected blind loyalty or eternal agreement from actors who once portrayed characters she created, stressing that Watson and Daniel Radcliffe are absolutely free to embrace gender identity ideologies, which she acknowledged are legally protected beliefs. And she underscored that she would never want to see anyone, including them, threatened with the loss of work, violence, or worse because of what they believe. Yet despite that recognition, she didn't hide her disappointment over the way Watson and Radcliffe publicly criticized her positions in the past, admitting that while she respects their right to disagree, it still hurt her deeply on a personal level because of the history they once shared, especially given that she had supported their early careers and was once seen by them almost like a mentor. And Watson, for her part, seemed to grapple with this tension too, noting in her interview that there was no world in which she could erase Rowling's encouragement or pretend that it never existed, saying those experiences have to remain true regardless of their differences, which suggests she still holds gratitude even if the relationship feels strained now. And what makes this exchange so striking is how it reflects a much bigger cultural question about how people navigate disagreements without cutting ties entirely, especially when the people involved are bound together by a cultural phenomenon as huge as Harry Potter, because fans are emotionally invested in their dynamic, and their words inevitably influence the ongoing global conversation about inclusion, free speech, and loyalty. And while Watson's spokesperson did not immediately respond when pressed for further comment, the silence only fueled curiosity about what happens next, as many wonder whether the gap between Rowling and her former cast members will ever truly close, or if they will remain distant figures linked only by their shared past. And beyond the headlines, this back and forth reveals just how exhausting it can be to carry the weight of public expectation while trying to live authentically with one's own values. Because Rowling feels protective of her beliefs and Watson champions empathy above all. And even though they clearly view the world differently now, there remains a strange mutual respect that neither seems ready to erase completely, leaving the world watching, speculating, and dissecting every word as both women continue to live under a spotlight that never dims.